Alright, so let's get into it. In this video, we're going to be building a currency converter. So I was trying to make some PRs this week for Oktoberfest. If you have not, or if you don't know what Oktoberfest is, I would be linking the website in the video description so you can check that out. So I was trying to make some PRs, and there was a solution I came across which I could add to a repository, which is a currency converter. It's a very basic, simple project. So I decided to make a video about it. Of course, it will be fun, it will be cool, and you'll be able to learn how to integrate a third-party API with a Python project if you really don't know how to do that. So let's get started on creating a currency converter that converts any amount from one currency to another. For example, from Naira to USD or from Naira to Euro. Right, let's get started in the project. Right, so let's build the app that integrates a third-party API. So in this guide, or in this video, we'll be using the exchange rate API. I will be linking it in the video description so you can check it out and create your account. So it's free, or there's a free plan that gives you around 1,500 request quota. So I think you can use that to send free requests for some time, since this is a hobby project. So all you just need to do is add your email address, click get free key, and you should be able to get your API key for this project. Okay, so let's get started on the project itself. So in this project, we'll be installing some tools, and I know that I have not mentioned how to install dependencies or packages within your Python project. So I will be talking about that in this video as well. All right, so open up your terminal, and for you to create your virtual environment, you do pip 3 mvnv and then the name of your virtual environment. Mine will be env. So I've already created an env file, that's an env virtual environment on this folder, so there's no need for me to create that again. So if I need to activate mine, since I'm using a Mac, I can do source env/bin/activate, and then I have activated my environment. So that is how you activate your virtual environment. Okay, let's get into the code. Now, since we will be integrating a third-party API, we'll be using import. So you have to import requests. And since you're also dealing with API keys, and it's not ideal for you to add your API key within your code that you might be pushing online, so we will need what we call python.env. And for you to install that, you do pip install python.env, and since I have mine installed, it will definitely show yes, requirements already satisfied because I have mine installed as well. And we would also be installing requests, so you can still do the same thing, pip install requests, and I have that installed. So for you to use the python.env, you import os and you do from .env import .env load.env. Then we go down here and we call this. So now I'm very sure that you must have already gotten your API key, and for us to bring in our API key from our .env. Please note, after you have installed the python.env, you should create a .env file, within your projects folder. That way you can save your secret key there and you can easily call it in your project. So I can do API key os dot get env, and the name of my API key, it's API key. And this, my dear friend, is how you can secure your API key within an env file and call it within your project. So let's get started on the main project itself. Function to convert currencies. Create. Oh, I have already tried this code out before, so that's why everything is shown here. So convert currency. And now in our conversion, there are three parameters that we want to take within this function. I'll be linking a video. I'll be linking a video about Python functions, how to create one in this video as well. So now we want to add, and we want to take three parameters. We want to take the amount, the currency that the user wants to convert from, and the currency that they want to convert to. So it will be amount from currency to currency. Okay, so we start by calling the URL, and we'll be using an f string since we want to include some variables within the string. So this is the URL, and then we have to call our API key, our latest, and then the from. So what this is doing is that it's calling the URL, the API URL, using our API key to authenticate it and fetch the data based on the currency that the user wants to convert from or convert from. Okay, then next up we convert the URL into a JSON. So just like this, and I don't know, I think I think I made a mistake here. No, I'm on track. So data equals response to JSON. So we are taking the data gotten from this API and converting that into a JSON file for us to easily fetch what we want to fetch and display our fetched data. So next up, we want to get the rates at which we can convert from one currency to another, like let's say from euro to USD, or from euro to naira. So we do rates equals to this data, that's this JSON data that we've already converted, and we'll be targeting the conversion rates. Now in the JSON file you should be able to see the conversion rates. There's no way I can I can show you that without exposing my API key, but once you have your own API key and you test it out, like copying the whole key and pasting it on your browser, you should be able to see the conversion rates within the data gotten from that key. So we want the conversion rates, and then we want the to currency. So what this is that we are trying to get the conversion rate of the currency that we are converting to, and we'll definitely be using that rate to multiply the amounts for us to get the exact amounts that we would be converting. Don't worry, this will make sense in a few minutes. Then we do the conversion. So we do conversion equals to the amount that we are taking That's this amount parameter multiplied by this rate. And we want to return a string that says you just converted the currency that you're taking from. Okay, sorry, you just converted this amount from this from currency to this to currency. It's gonna show like you converted from, let's say, $100 to, sorry, conversion to, let's say, 300.45 euro. Okay, let's go with this. Okay, and then remember in previous video about functions, we talked about how to call your function. So let's test this function because we are not really taking the user input. It's more like a function that we want to run within our project. Let's do print the name of the function, which is convert currency, and we want to take the amount. So let's use 100 as the amount. Currency we are converting from, let's use USD, and currency we are converting to, let's use Naira, NG. And then let's run this and see if we have any error. I hope we don't. Currency converted to PY, and voila, it says you just converted 100. Okay, let's remove this from. So it shows you just converted 100 USD to, okay, just converted 100 USD to the conversion rates, the currency at this rate. Okay, let's try this. Let's run this again. And beautiful. So it just said you just converted 100 USD to 114,424.77 naira at 1,644.2477 rates. So this is how the project is. But let's make a tiny squeak to it. Now, we don't want to see too many decimals, or let's say we don't want to see any decimals at all. So let's round everything up so that our response would just be you just converted 100 USD to 114,442 naira at 1,644 rate at the rate of that. So let's first of all let's change this at rate of this, and then here let's do a little bit of maths. I'm gonna name this rounded number, and we would be importing maths, the maths function within Python to do this. So we're using maths.flow and be using this. So what this does, or what this should do, is that it's going to take this value here, and it's going to round it up for us. Let's cross check that everything is right, everything is where it should be. Let's reduce this number, let's say 40, and let's change it to euro instead. Let's run this. Oh yes, we forgot to change this to rounded number. And let's also do the rounded rate as well. Still using the same thing. Still using the same function, rounded rates. And this will be rounded rates. Okay, let's run this. And this is it. You just converted 40 euro to 71,246 naira at a rate of 1,781. Okay, so this is a very simple project on how you can use third-party API and using the math function within your project. I hope you've been able to learn a thing or two about this. If you really like this simple projects, leave in the comments what other simple projects you would love me to work on, and I would see if I'll be able to do that. So until next time, bye.